Are we live?
Did you see the countdown?
Are we live?
I don't know, Zach. Who else is airing right now? Is there
I
another
got it
show on the
all
network?
locked up. Don't you worry.
You're not immune from it.
No, we are in fact live.
Oh,
Are we?
that is our pregame song. Chop. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Since Micah is playing with his.
I didn't know we started. I didn't see the little countdown thing.
Yeah.
So welcome, welcome. You know what, Luther? You did a very good job. Like, you're getting used to this. Very good. I'm very proud of you. I want to pat you on the head.
No, son, I pat you on the head.
So welcome, welcome. For Luther Broughton, I'm Micah Warren. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, actually, edition of Cheap Shots. We had to start the show and interrupt Luther making racist chants. So
I
that's
was
always
whistling the Braves chant, and your room is too dark, so whatever. We won a championship, so I could do what I want to do right now for the next like 2-3 weeks.
You was whistling, Willie, get this bitch off me? Do you know what that movie's from? What movie is that?
No.
Don't. I'm gonna get you, sucker. With Damon Wayans and Kadeem Harrison.
What movie? Oh, what you? I was like, wait.
He was like, "Yo, I was whistling," and he said, "You was whistling, Willie. Come get this bitch off me."
You were talking about the Braves chant. It's like, wait, what?
As soon as you said I was whistling, I just thought I was whistling. I miss Damon Wayans. What is Damon Wayans doing? Is he like producing now? Because I don't see him out
spending the money he's made over the years. That's probably what he's doing.
He's probably drinking beer and playing video games. I don't blame you, bro. I don't blame you.
Me either. Have fun, bro. You made that money. Enjoy your life.
So we had a fun weekend of football. I think we had a good weekend.
We had a crazy weekend of football, man. More upsets in college, upsets in the NFL. Awesome, because my team sucks. So, like, I'm just rooting for chaos. So I don't.
I actually, because I'm not a huge college football fan. I root for Penn State. I've always been like a Florida State fan. If they're on, I'll watch them. But I got stuck on Michigan State. Purdue freaking stuck it to them.
Purdue is like giant, Big Ten giant killer. Right now.
I wonder if
they up on Iowa when Iowa was number 3. They just beat up on number 3 Michigan State, right?
Yeah.
So Ohio State better strap it on.
The Cyclones. They remind me of what
Ohio State.
I thought you said Iowa State.
Oh, I could have. Ohio State better be ready because they're don't they play them?
As far as you know,
in a couple weeks.
You're already above my pay grade with college football. Just be thankful I watched a game. Like I followed it, and I was rooting for Purdue. I root for the upsets. Like that's my entertainment with college football. I look at the little numbers next to the names, and I'm like, all right, is this a good game? Is this what is this?
Yeah, I root for Clemson and chaos. Like some people like get their jollies off rooting against like other teams, and I don't like. I know
like the Notre Dame haters, those type of people
lose their mind like out here in the Carolinas when Clemson lose. Like we've got some Clemson haters, and they just love it. They enjoy it, and I'm like, I don't get joy out of the Gamecocks losing. I just don't. I hate the Cowboys? Yes. I don't get joy out of the Cowboys losing.
To segue into that, Luther, and I agree with you that we're Eagles fans, and usually my joy in the Cowboys losing is not
if the Eagles are in contention.
Exactly, that it helps my team.
That's it. Like, and
it's not Schadenfreude.
The Cowboys fan base is obnoxious as hell, and every time they do something, they're winning the Super Bowl. And I get why people jump on them, right? I get it, but I don't care that much. Like whatever. I'm not like because people will just be waiting, and as soon as the game is over, like memes come flying on social media, and I'm
Right,
like,
right.
or this is the dumbest thing that you can hear. And it's so annoying, but it's social media, and social media proves that our country is dumb. They say, oh, it's mighty quiet in here from the Cowboys fans. I don't hear a lot of talking now. They fucking lost.
Like they can be like, yeah,
But they be
took a downer to the
bragging like they do
Broncos.
that all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, they lost. Like all the Clemson haters are like, oh, it's mighty quiet from Clemson people this year. And I'm like, should we be celebrating?
Should we be
Like,
chirping right now?
should we be chirping right now? It's so annoying. And I get joy from my team winning. I don't care. Like I've got people who are like newfound Bama fans, right? All of a sudden, Bama fans. And they love when Clemson loses. And I'm like, it proves that you're a new bandwagon Bama fan because Clemson and Bama aren't on the same atmosphere in terms of football history. And Bama has 100 championships to our 3. We're not even in the same conference. We're not rivals. And it's like, why are you like hugely rooting against Clemson as a Bama fan? You realize Auburn, those Tigers are your rivals. And it's really odd to me, but it doesn't bother me. It's odd to me. I can take the heat. I can also ignore people, but I'm not going to wait till their team loses and then go, ooh, now I got a bunch of stuff to say. Like, I don't care. I'm irritated when my team loses. Sure. I am not irritated when the rivals or the other good teams win. I'm only irritated when my team loses. I'm irritated when the Hornets lose.
How's
They're
this
not
affect
winning
me?
any championships. So
you're like me. You don't engage in Schadenfreude, and for all of our listeners, Schadenfreude is a great word, and I guarantee you'll hear it this week. If you don't know what that word all it means, it's a German word.
See, we
means reveling in the misfortune of others. So I'm not a Schadenfreude guy.
You're gonna go ahead and send that to the fans. I learned a new word today. We're
educational here, Luther.
I'm pretty nerdy. That was a new one for me.
Yeah, Schadenfreude is a good one.
How about
there was a lot of good NFL games too, Luther. Like obviously the Cowboys lost, and to get back to your point, usually we get excited with people like you and I get excited when the Cowboys lose because for the most part
it affects our winning.
Right, the Eagles are usually relevant. They are not. Right. Now, so I couldn't even enjoy the Cowboys loss.
I didn't enjoy the Cowboys losing because we're not winning the division. Usually I'm like, yes, now we're one game back or half game back, or we need to win today.
Luther, people are still talking about the Eagles could make the playoffs. I'm like, stop it. Stop it, please.
What people are you
referring to? Which is a big mistake. Big mistake.
Sirianni's parents? Like what? I don't get it. We're not winning. We're not winning the division. It's not that I don't have faith in my team. It's that I understand my team.
I don't either. Now, it's very rare, Luther, and it's funny you mentioned the Braves originally. The Braves weren't crushing it all year.
No,
they got
under 500 coming into the All-Star break. Now we had the best record. We had the third best record from trade deadline on. We were on fire.
But you got hot, snuck into the playoffs, and played well in the playoffs, and beat teams.
We didn't get hot and snuck into the playoffs. Our division was probably
fair enough.
The whole division was supposed to be great, but we were just good. So that gave us an opportunity, and we give the GM credit. They said he noticed, hey, look, no one's running away with the division. The Phillies and Mets aren't taking this thing and running with it. We can retool our outfield after Acuna got hurt and see what we can do. And we did. And other guys got healthy, and we were one of the hottest teams from the trade deadline.
At the right time.
at the right time. And I figured we could beat anybody. The only team I was really worried about was the Dodgers. And we had to play them, and we handled them, which was like, wow.
But my point being is, as far as the Eagles, unless I'm missing something big time, and I could be, I guess things could change. This isn't that team. Like if you sneak into the playoffs, if you get the wild card, this is not a team that's going to light anybody up. You're just going to you're just going to get a lower draft pick.
If we end up being good enough to get in the playoffs at a wild card, that means something will have changed, and maybe we have a chance to do something.
All right, fair enough.
What's going to change? What's going to happen?
I don't
from
know.
There.
I got to tell you though, Luther.
Going to release Deshaun, and he's going to decide to come to Philly, and with Odell Beckham, and then I don't know. I'm being
and a magic wand,
right? Like, what's going to happen right now? Like, it's not happening this year. It's just not, and that's
okay. And that's okay.
I'm fine with it. That's the thing. I'm fine with it. You can't. I try to teach my son. He just lose. Last year, he would lose his mind when the teams lose. He would be all mad, like sitting in the corner. What? I can't believe we just can't even complete passes. Like he'll be all mad, saying stuff like that, crying. And I'm like, Cam, we can't win every game every year. And he's like, why? He's like, why?
Because
Clemson wins all the time. And I'm like, you'll see in a couple years. We'll come back down to earth.
You'll be old and jaded soon enough.
And he just kept saying no. And now, like, Cam is not a guy who you could take to a game and want to leave early in a blowout. He has to watch the game. Cam is not a wasted ticket. You know how some kids are wasted tickets?
Yeah. Why did you bring this kid here?
Cameron is not a wasted ticket. Cameron is watching the game, and he's actually talking about the game like he's a freaking grown-up. Like, you can go to the game with Cam and not be like, oh, damn it, this kid thinks that's a strike. That was a touchdown. It's not
or he wants to get up and wander around and do anything but watch the game.
Oh, well, he does want dipping dots like every other quarter. But he's watching the game, and he's talking about the game. But
my point being, and you know what? We'll touch on the Eagles game and we'll move on to other games.
You're right. I can't enjoy the Cowboys, Giants, Redskins losing because
the Giants won. I was excited.
No, I mean I can't enjoy them losing because it won't affect. I want at this point, since I don't think we're going anywhere. I want us to compete and lose. I know that sounds so bad.
No. When you texted me yesterday, it's funny because I thought the exact same thing. I've never been so excited for an Eagles loss. Like, all right, you guys look good, and you lost. That's all I asked for.
Lost yesterday, and
I gotta tell you though, Luther, Jonathan Gannon's gotta go, man. What is his defensive philosophy? I have no clue. He was supposed to be this up-and-coming defensive coordinator. The line gets no pressure. The linebackers stink. Not his fault. It's not the linebackers aren't his fault. That's Howie Roseman.
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
I just don't get any of it, and I don't know. Be thankful they scored 24 points.
I mean, I don't know what to say. It's odd to see. Well, it's odd to see what such a change in the offensive game plan.
That's what I was going to say next. Is Sirianni? I got to give him credit, Luther.
What took so long?
Fair enough.
And were you waiting on Miles Sanders to get hurt? Are they saying, well, we don't want him to look good because we don't want to pay him that much? Like, I know that's not it. I'm being facetious, but what's going on?
That team that offense was completely different. It looked more like what the Ravens do with Lamar Jackson than anything else. They got rid of the wide receiver screens, all that stuff. I'm a little shocked that Gainwell doesn't play. Like, he was Miles Sanders' backup, and then Miles Sanders get hurt, and they got rid of Gainwell.
Playmaker. He doesn't. I'm not saying give him 15 carries, right?
But he's gone.
At least give him 5 touches.
At least put him in the 5 snaps.
He's got like 2 snaps. Like,
he's got
man, it's whatever. I don't know.
It is what it is. So, moving along, there's some other. I don't know
that
the Falcons.
Sunday, Buffalo,
dude, we got to talk about that.
What the
Buffalo has now lost at home to the Steelers. Week 1, they lost at home to the Steelers. And now you go on the road and lose to Jacksonville, who is one of the 2 worst teams in the league, probably, right?
Jacksonville, dude, and they did not look good doing it. And if you think Josh Allen is going to dominate the game, it's going to be the quarterback for the Bills, right? Josh Allen dominated interception, sack.
Wasn't he a first-round pick?
Recovered fumble. Yeah, he's a ball player.
Yeah, he's really, really good. And
he showed he was thinking, I'm 1.0. I'm the Josh Allen that you're going to be talking about. He wrecked yesterday.
And I will say this to our listeners that don't know this. I don't know if you heard this. I'm sure you did. It's the first time in NFL history that a guy sacked another guy with the same name.
Yeah, that was funny. It's pretty cool. And intercepted him.
Oh, he was a game wrecker yesterday.
He was. And Buffalo looked bad. At one point, I texted you because I had Cole Beasley in fantasy. He had like 8 catches for like 50-something yards or something. I'm like, what are they doing? Like shovel passes?
Nick Sirianni offense? Wide receiver screens?
And yeah, that there was another big upset yesterday, right?
Well, I'm going
the Giants.
The Giants took out the Raiders.
That wasn't huge, but the Giants, they were on the road. The Raiders were on the road, but hey.
They are, and there's the circadian advantage, which I don't know if you know what that is. Okay. The circadian advantage, basically, when you have to travel across the entire country. I know this is for baseball. I don't know what the football stats are. That the traveling team, the home team wins 66% of the time because of your circadian rhythms and your biorhythms and stuff like that when you have to travel across 3 time zones.
Will you shut the hell up? You're out here proving that you graduated from Boston University tonight.
That's all they taught me. That's all they taught me, Luther.
Word in 10 minutes.
We got circadian advantage. We got Schadenfreude.
Schadenfreude. Like,
and I'm being very loquacious tonight.
Oh, I like it. So are you amphibious? Is what I really want to know.
I don't know. Am I going to go swimming or something?
No. Have you not heard the center from NC State when he was doing an interview and he said, Charles Shackelford, he said, I can use my right hand and left hand. I'm amphibious.
When was that? Charles Shackelford's early 90s.
Yes. He said he was amphibious, and the announcer is like,
okay. I'm not going to correct that.
When you get done with this, you just need to Google Charles Shackelford amphibious. I was a kid and I remembered that. And I'm like, amphibious? What is he saying? Oh, that was so good.
So to get back, the Giants did beat the Raiders. I don't know. Look, they keep saying it didn't affect us. It didn't affect us. Your coach got caught making racist, misogynist, probably homophobic comments. He got fired. Your star first-round pick wide receiver killed someone in a 156-mile-an-hour car accident. He got cut this week. Not shocking. What difference does it make? He's in prison. You can cut him or keep him. It doesn't matter. And then your first-round pick corner was on social media pointing guns and threatening people. He got cut.
He got cut.
Like at a certain point, Luther, okay, and you tell me again, as a former player, is there any way this doesn't affect you?
Oh, it affects you because you when you're playing football, it's hard to win games. It's even harder on the road. It's even harder when you're not great. And this takes your mind off of the game, even if it's 1% of your time. It takes your mind off the game. You have to answer questions about it. The coach has to answer questions about it. It does. And I don't care what anybody says. They're saying what they're supposed to say. They're supposed to say that it doesn't affect them. It does, Micah. It does. Regardless of what they're saying, it affects them. And it sucks for them but that's the nature of the business. It's $1 billion business. You have to have thick skin when you're on that football field and focus. But they could have also been in for a bad game. The Giants could have been in for you know a jump up game. But to answer your question, quite simply, yes, I feel like that affects you.
And
Um,
I don't think the Giants are garbage. By the way, Kadarius, have you seen this kid?
he's
He's got some legs, man.
well,
He's
I won't say it like that, and but yeah, the kid is a
why do you have to why do you have to do that? Why I don't get
yeah,
it. Why,
he's a
you,
he's a first round talent. He showed a lot in college. The thing about him is people just thought the Giants didn't need him. They didn't need a wideout, but
technically they didn't, but they do because Galladay is not worth the money they spent on him. Everybody else seems to be getting hurt.
yeah, that's different. They're hurt now, but I get it. They I thought this was kind of a luxury pick, and it's ended up not being. It's being a necessity.
It's been a
But
necessity. Are you a Gettleman fan? You're a former Carolina Panther. You know Gettleman.
I was a little bit early on, but
I
no.
don't think he's done a
It was
great job
wrong.
with this roster.
No, he didn't do a great job with the Panthers after a while. So yeah, that
All
was
right,
right.
so we'll run through these.
So let's jump to uh oh my god, how did I lose track of my mindset? Let's talk about oh yeah, the one guarantee that Tennessee can't win without Derrick Henry.
Should we call Joe?
Maybe we should because they kicked the Rams' ass yesterday
Oh,
without
the,
Derrick Henry.
Stafford threw that game to them. Let's be honest.
Well, Stafford was point shaving clearly, but Derrick Henry wasn't out there.
I know, and I spoke to our buddy Joe today, and he said I think I was wrong
But that's what
about
I'm
Derek.
saying. They play a tough brand of football with defense. Derrick Henry just is great. He just is great at what he does. He's perfect for what they want to do, but they can win without him.
But historically, Tannehill's not been great when Henry.
I would love for you to next week. You've got a homework assignment.
No, I'm not doing it.
I'm
just gonna say stuff and make it up as I go along.
That's exactly what you're doing.
I don't need evidence. I don't need facts.
I need evidence. I need facts.
No.
So let's also. I just saw a touchdown pass to Evan Ingram, and I was just thinking about tight ends for a quick minute.
Can I ask you a quick question about that?
The Eagles' tight end is a freaking road grader in the run game.
Goddard is an animal, and every time they throw it to him, I'm like, "Oh, that's right. They have him too.
They have him too.
Like they ignore him. What is it about all your wet? Like they forced the ball to Jalen Reagor for some reason. What to prove something to somebody?
Why do they force him touches?
We gotta get Reagor involved. No, you don't.
They ruin drives by throwing those short passes to him for him to lose 6 yards, and now the drive is over because we're not that good on offense.
And Goddard's standing off on the side with his thumb up his ass. It's painful, Luther. It's painful.
It's painful, man.
But listen, I will say this: in watching the Giants, to go back to the Giants for a second. Speaking of tight ends,
damn, we're still talking about the Giants.
I'm watching the Giants, and I'm thinking, you have Evan Ingram, who was a first-round pick, and he's whatever. He drops the ball all over the place. I get it.
He gave us a game last year.
But what is it about Kyle Rudolph that somebody thought this roster needs Kyle Rudolph? There's no need for him on this team.
I was wondering about when I saw him catch a 1-yard touchdown a few weeks ago. I was like, wait,
why is he on this team?
He's here? I don't know.
Oh God, it's so funny.
But Micah, I'm gonna tell you, we think the Lions are the worst team in football, don't we?
Record-wise, for sure.
Let's give me a
no. You know what? I don't think
your head.
I don't think they've seen that bad. I mean, you lost on a 66-yard field goal for the love of God.
Gun to your head, the Lions or the Jags?
I might even go Jets. I mean,
Okay, so you're going Jets.
they're all in the discussion of garbage.
I'm going to give you one. I'm going to go all in on this one. The freaking Panthers are the worst team in the NFL right now.
Well, Darnold,
They are awful.
water sinks to its own level, Sam.
They are absolutely awful. The Carolina Panthers have scored exactly one touchdown in their last 35 offensive drives. One.
Really?
They are absolutely awful to watch. The defense can't do enough. They are so bad offensively.
Well, didn't they get McCaffrey back this week?
It doesn't matter. They have me at quarterback.
Yeah.
I thought Darnold at the beginning of the year showed something. Dude, they're awful.
He did. No, he did.
They're awful, Micah. I'm telling you, I don't think they could beat anybody right now. You saw the Eagles game. How could that team give the Eagles that day a win? How did the Eagles win that day?
Yeah.
Do you not remember? We stole it. The Panthers are awful. I guarantee you the Jags beat them Jags getting 7 against them. They're so
They play
bad.
this week?
No, I'm giving them 7. They're so bad. I don't even know if they play. They're so bad that did I not just mention that my son wants to stay to all the games all the time?
Yeah.
He wanted to leave.
Oh boy.
I said, Cam, I wanted to leave. I said, Cam, want to leave? And I just knew the answer was no. I was just going to go and get a beer. Cam said, yeah. He was like, man.
So if you were going to get a beer, that means it was still in the third quarter because they don't sell in the fourth.
Third quarter. And Cam said yes. It was towards the end of the third, and I'm thinking, end of the third, I might as well get a beer. Cam was like, yes. He was just like, he was uninterested. I was like, Cam was like, man, he said it. We're so bad. We're so bad. He said,
I'm trying to get a final score. What was the final score on that? 24-6. Oh, that's brutal. That's just
Cam said
24-6 by the Patriots.
Said McCaffrey's back and we're still bad. This is my 8-year-old. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have him come on the show with us. Cameron is like they're bad. They don't make any passes.
You should have Cam come on because I've already got for tonight's game. I'll save it. I've already got my mom's pick for tonight's game, and everyone can make fun of me. Luther, it drives me crazy how right she is about stuff that I'm like. I remember when Chip Kelly went into New England in 2015. And we're getting ready to watch the game. Like, your head's on the chopping block. It's over. This is done. Like, the Patriots are going to knock you out bad, and it's going to not be good.
Them?
And my mom's like, I think we're going to win today. I was like, Mom, stop it. I was like, honestly, it's not happening. They're not beating the Patriots.
I was texting her to say,
oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
I knew a mom comment was coming. I can't even. Tune in next week for special guests Micah's mom and Luther's son.
so Micah's stepbrother. And
That's you? That's you?
Micah's stepbrother Cam and Luther's new lady, Micah's mom.
You know what the most annoying thing is? Between you and there's a friend of mine that I have from college that I've known since one of those first day at college people. He makes fun of my mother all the time.
I'm not making fun of her.
It's the same crap, okay? It's the same stuff. And you know what the most annoying thing is? My mother thinks it's hilarious. She thinks it's hilarious. So this is I'll tell you. This is what my friend Ben does. He'll find like an article, let's say from a Long Island newspaper about a beached whale. And he'll send the link to my brother and myself. And all he does is write, my condolences, call me if you need anything. The implication being that my mother is the beached whale. My mother's not even big. She's not even fat. But
Your mom is all slim.
my mom, shut up. I don't need you commenting on my mother's body. Thank you. So the first time he did it, because he sent me a link with a picture of 2 rhinoceroses, and he wrote my mother's name parentheses left, like he had to make sure I knew which rhinoceros she was.
Oh, your friend is killing
And
you.
so I forwarded it to her. I've never had the phone ring faster in my life. And he's like, "You didn't really just do that, did you? Did you?" Because I CC'd him. Be like, "Yeah, I sent it to my mom." You think that's funny? There you go. Now who wins?
Now you can't ever visit our house. Ever. Ever again.
And so the one time with the beached whale, I sent it to my mom, and it was around 4:00 in the day, and she responded, and she goes, dying laughing. She's like, "You just made my day. I had such a bad day. You just made my day."
Sense of humor. She knows that most guys are idiots.
She thinks it's hilarious. Well, Ben's really good at it, sadly. We'll have to have him on here. And then, oh God, I don't want. He's the one you guys were commenting on Facebook, and I said, I don't need you and Luther in the same room.
Same room. Wait, who plays tonight? I'm sorry.
It is the Steelers and the Bears, and the Steelers are -7.
Oh, what? Oh, -7. Listen, before we get to the end, because we get to yapping here a little bit.
We do.
My buddy texted me and he said, "Who comes out of the NFC?" And let me tell you, I really thought yesterday, God, it was huge red flags. I thought Dallas had a chance, right?
I still think they do. I'm not going to kill them over one stinker. I mean,
right. It happens. I think the Bucks have Tom Brady and you don't.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I think Green Bay's getting better on defense.
They are, and I think that the Rodgers thing is a stumbling block. I don't think it's a good thing, but I don't think it's a season killer.
It's not a season killer. I also think the Rams had their stinker yesterday. I think the NFC is wide open, but stacked at the top.
I agree. I think there's a lot of good teams, but there's no one that I look at and go, "Oh, it's theirs for the taking." Cardinals are right in there.
And I was just about to say, and we did all this before we even mentioned the team that was the last undefeated team. And if the Saints could get some quarterback play.
No, I don't think they can.
They can't. I don't
think they can. I mean, I don't hate Simeon. I just think he's a 2-3 game backup, not a finish my season guy.
If he can turn to Kurt Warner, then great. But I mean, that just the NFC is not bad. So I don't know who's thinking the Eagles are going to sneak in there besides Eagles.
It really doesn't. It reminds me of when you watch Christmas Vacation.
Mm-hmm.
When he was putting the grease on the sled. And Eddie was like, none for me, Clark. And he's like, "You really think it matters, Eddie?" That's all I can think about when people talk about the Eagles making the playoffs. I'm like, "You really think it matters, Eddie?"
Who are these people? Listen, man, come on.
Listen right there, listeners. They call WIP. They're like, "I don't know. I think this team could what? What are you watching?"
Dude, that's what happens when you have unrealistic fans. And I'm the guy who tries to be realistic with my team. And people are like, "Oh, you're being modest with your team." Like, no, I think we suck.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be like Eagles fans. I'm gonna boo you. I think we suck. If I think we suck. So now that
you know what? And after yesterday, I won't even say suck.
No.
But not good.
Right.
But they're not good. They're not good.
Now, speaking of jumbled at the top, the AFC, bro.
Yeah. So 2 weeks ago, the Bills were the leading contender to go to the Super Bowl.
Now they're a freaking half game up on the Patriots, who has quietly won 4 straight.
Here comes the Patriots. Mac Jones is all right.
And Baltimore, if they could win a playoff game and get some confidence, they could beat anybody. They just got to get over that hump, right?
Well, they won a playoff game last year.
They did.
They did. But it was, and that was it. It was one and done. But so
and then you have Tennessee, If Derrick Henry gets back healthy,
He has a torn ACL, doesn't he?
he does not have a torn ACL. He has a broken bone on
He
the side of
should.
his foot.
Same thing. Same exact thing.
Oh boy, if you don't shut up. Tennessee, their defense and toughness is they should be in the NFC North. That's how they play. And I thought Cleveland, but Cleveland, their injuries have derailed them. I think Cleveland is, you are what your record says you are. I think Cleveland is better than a 5-4 team. They've had a ton of injuries in the offensive backfield and wide receiver position the past 3 weeks. And their record could really be 6-3 or 7-2. But you are what your record says you are.
I get it. I get it.
I don't care what anybody says. But they have time to get better. This is mid-season. They still have time to get better and healthier. I'm not a huge Baker Mayfield hater, but I'm not a believer.
I'm okay. I'm okay with Baker Mayfield.
I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater.
I'm not calling you a hater.
No, I'm making my point. I'm not a Mayfield hater because there are a lot of those out there. I'm not a huge believer in Mayfield, but they also do what Tennessee does: defense and running game.
Yep. And you talk about something you don't see in the NFL anymore, and the Browns do it. Kareem Hunt, Chubb, here, take it, go.
And you know what else they do? They rush the passer.
So did you see the picture of Myles Garrett? There's a picture of Myles Garrett, and dude, he is so
kind of look like me in college.
Sure.
The one where he's ripped, right?
Completely shredded.
Yes, that looks just like I looked like 2 years ago.
So you remember, was it the Mason Crosby incident with the helmet? Was it Mason Crosby, right? That's who it was, right?
No, Mason Crosby is a kicker.
That's the kicker. Who am I thinking of? Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph.
And so my friend Joe texts me this picture of Garrett, who, if there's an ounce of fat on him, you show it to me. Just absolutely jacked.
You sound like you want to make out with him right now.
No, but he sent it to me. He goes, yeah, no way Rudolph called me N-word. No way. There's no way.
He's like,
you would have to have a death sentence.
He ain't crazy.
Come on now. No, but I do like they finally hit on some picks. Myles Garrett obviously is one of the best defensive linemen in all of football. Denzel Ward, we saw him yesterday with the pick six. He's one of the other few guys that they hit on. Huh?
Chubb. Nick Chubb.
Oh, I thought you were calling him a chump.
Jesus, you're talking about their draft picks.
Didn't I just mention Chubb and Kareem Hunt?
No, you said Kareem Hunt, who they didn't even draft. The Chiefs drafted.
I mentioned.
So Chubb.
You are such a pain in the ass.
Donovan Jones and Tristan Wilfs, and you can go on and on. I think they took the wrong quarterback.
I'm okay with Cleveland. I think they're in the mix. But I'm kind of with you. If you're not in love with Mayfield, I don't think you're going to go too far. I was actually speaking of a chub. I was getting a little chub for the Bengals at some point.
Yeah, and they
then you just
gave you blue balls.
Yes.
What the hell?
Yeah. I was like, hey, where are you going? Like her friend came in and was like, no, we're leaving. You're like, what are we doing?
And Chase dropped 2 balls yesterday. Apparently they're yours. He dropped.
I was kind of feeling the Bengals, but I don't think they're good enough to do it either. Out of the West, I don't know what happened to the Chiefs.
The Chiefs
you played at home to a Packers team.
Good. Even on offense, they don't look good.
I know, and everyone rags on their defense. Their offense isn't very good.
Their offense isn't very good right now.
Something's got to change for them to show up and do anything. Actually, you know what? The more we talk about it, AFC might be a bigger mess than the NFC. At least the NFC is a mess at the top with good teams.
It's parity. I like it. I don't think it's a mess. It's
but there's no one team that you're talking
good.
about.
Good.
No, that's
like
fine. I'm not arguing that.
Baylor winning the national title in basketball. Good. Like
Okay.
somebody different.
I'm all for that.
If
I'm
it's
just-
not the Eagles, I want the Eagles to win.
So
every
should we
year.
pick tonight's game
Sure, fine.
as I watch my Sixers go down 14 to the Knicks? But then
Because
again,
Embiid
you see
had
JoJo got COVID?
COVID, yeah. So you said the Bears and the Steelers. I don't like the Steelers.
I don't like either of those teams. Who
Where
does?
is the game, bro?
In Pittsburgh.
I'm only picking the Steelers because they're home. I'm not picking them to cover, though. I don't like either of these teams. I am so not wanting to watch this game tonight. But it's football.
So in case anyone's wondering, my mother's pick for tonight's game with the Steelers -7 is the Steelers.
Linnea.
How do you know my mother's name?
Dude,
Why are you up in my stuff?
I don't understand how you not know this. I'm so glad you're not going through her phone and seeing our messages.
Oh my God, how do you not know? Was it Facebook? Is that what this is? Is that what this is about?
No, Micah.
Oh, stop it. I don't even want to hear your answer. Shut up. Shut the hell up.
I'm not telling
Who are you taking tonight, Luther?
Gosh.
You going Steelers?
Do I pick straight up?
No.
Damn it. All right. The Steelers at home against a rookie quarterback.
All right, Zach. Our producer, Zach. That's about enough of you. He's put my... All right.
I love it. Lanier's lock of the week. Listen,
Zach, I am so pissed off at you right now.
I'm not picking against my baby, so I'm taking the
God.
Steelers as well.
One of these
I think
days,
it has a nice ring to it myself.
If you don't watch it, you're gonna be under punishment. You're grounded, Michael.
I'm not in love with Fields.
Nah, I mean, I'm not.
You know what else
he's
too?
He's a rookie quarterback, man.
A friend of mine and former teammate of yours, Sean Landetta, had sent me an image. It was just a stat image. This is like 3 months ago, and it had a list of all the former Ohio State quarterbacks in the NFL.
Ooh.
Holy God, are they awful? Yeah. I mean, we're going back to Art Schlichter in 1982 or whatever the hell it is, who had a gambling problem, and he was drafted 4th overall. Even though all he did was run the ball in college, I guess because he won or something.
Who?
Art Schlichter.
Oh, the gambler?
Yeah, the gambler. Kenny Rogers, a.k.a.
Kenny Rogers, dude. So listen to this now. This dude had one good preseason quarter or so, and he comes out and says, the game is slow. It's easy. I knew.
Fields said that?
Yes, he said that this preseason, and I knew that was going to be problems. I knew it was
Bobby Hoying. I mean, who was the guy you? You know what? In '99, the last game of the year, I know you were on the team with the Eagles. Remember we played the Rams, but Joe Germain came into the game after they yanked Kurt Warner because the game it didn't matter. They were 13-3.
Yeah.
Joe Germain. I mean, the list of Ohio State quarterbacks that are absolute garbage is.
I really hate judging players by the school they went to.
I agree.
But this is crazy, right?
It's really it's honestly it's almost like accidentally bad.
Like Penn State linebackers
are
on the
great.
Opposite end of the spectrum.
But Penn State running backs for a long time got crushed until Kijana Carter got crushed, Curtis Enos got crushed, and then it wasn't until Larry Johnson with the Chiefs, and now you have Saquon Barkley, Miles Sanders. They've kind of broken the little curse, whatever.
How? They haven't sustained shit.
Who? Larry Johnson wasn't a great running back?
No, just Larry Johnson. Saquon has been hurt, and Miles has been.
Oh, but it's
getting
not that he
better.
can't play. I
No,
mean,
But I'm saying
Blair
let's wait.
Thomas. I mean,
Let's wait. Let's wait. I don't
okay,
want to jinx
fine.
him. I don't want to jinx him. Let's wait because Kijana tore his ACL the first day of practice or something.
Yeah, it was like the first preseason game.
And so
Curtis Enos couldn't play; he had mud in his shoes.
Oh.
Blair Thomas, I don't think the Jets used him properly, and then basically tossed him out. But I don't think he couldn't play, but he didn't do anything at the NFL level.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And they took him with the second overall pick over Emmitt Smith.
Yep.
Hope you're happy with your purchase.
Shoot.
So, do we have anything else to wrap up? We even covered JoJo's COVID. We covered the Braves garbage or whatever. Is there anything we had to discuss that we missed? Stop it. That's
Aaron
racist.
Rodgers.
We already discussed him last week. We had a show on Thursday night.
No, but he said more stuff this week.
The Joe Rogan
research.
The Joe Rogan stuff.
Yes, and his research. What fucking research? You can't research. He's like, I said 500 pages to the NFL. That's not your research.
So, all that time you were at Cal and with the Packers.
These guys.
I don't know. Hey, look. If you were going to have brain surgery, could you imagine Luther laying on a gurney and like, Luther, we're about to send you in for brain surgery, and like, I'm nervous, and like, it's okay, it's going to be fine. Joe Rogan's going to do it. Like, would you ever, like, if you had a serious health problem, would you ever call Joe Rogan? No, and if you did, you're a moron.
I'm not even calling the OK doctor.
I mean, just absolutely. I've been talking to Joe Rogan about this.
Dude, I don't understand. Your answer is I've been talking to Joe Rogan, the TV guy.
A comedian turned UFC.
The TV guy.
Podcaster.
Dude.
He's not even a good comic. Luther, he's not even a good comic.
The TV guy. Dude, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, I think I've lost so much respect for Aaron Rodgers. And I always thought he was a whiny baby, but that's okay. I could still respect you in your game and your intelligence. And you could also be a whiny baby. Lord knows I can too.
Yeah, you are a bit.
Wow. Zach, is that allowed? Can we rewind? Zach, can we rewind that? He called me a bitch.
I got an edit button somewhere. I'll decide whether or not to use it.
Did I say biatch?
Oh my God, I can't believe
I thought it was baby.
Micah, have you in
a pearl clutching moment?
3 weeks, yes, Jock Peterson. Have you in the last 3 weeks went and Googled Susie Colbert's voice? I asked you to do that.
Susie Colbert's voice?
Her speaking voice and her accent. She's from Philly and her accent is so nutso.
I don't remember us speaking about this.
Dude, we did on one of the shows and we laughed about it, but I'm serious because I looked up and she was.
I've never heard her obnoxious. She's no mayor.
No, I didn't say obnoxious. It's just not Philly. And it's not even, it's the most unique, weird accent. It's almost like she's got Sarah Palin mixed in with Canada and.
So like she tried to get rid of it, but didn't really.
I don't even know, Micah. Please Google it. Like it's some of the words she when she says Steve, she adds a Y after the E, after the first E. It's so weird. She's like Steve, and I'm like, you're from Philly.
I didn't even know she was from Philly.
She's a really nice lady though. So let me stop.
Do you know her personally?
I've met her. Just
in the locker room. Yeah, but hey.
No, not in the locker.
You want to grab this bar of soap?
No.
In the showers?
No.
I'm just asking questions.
No.
Why can't we ask questions?
No, we're not doing that. I was not one of those people.
Should we wrap it up?
That's what she said. On that note.
All right. So yeah, anyway, this was a fun episode of Cheap Shots, Luther, which is very rare anytime you're involved. For Luther Broughton, I'm Micah Warren, and I hope you guys join us next time whenever we record another show.
Are you going to change your last name when I marry your mom?
Zach. He's gonna be my.
Now that's
my
just over the line.
All right, guys. Peace. Thank you so much. Be good.